top of the table over in Italy as Atalanta join Napoli at the top of the table. But who's going to be there after this coming weekend? We're going to take a look at it, all of it, next. That's right, folks. Papa's giving a prediction video today. We're forward to match number 8 over in Serie A, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang, today. All things Serie A related, Papa Roma related, World Cup related later this year. That's right, boys and girls. Would you Adam and Eve it? It is looking like a very, very bizarre looking top 4 right now with Napoli, Lazio, Udinese, and Atalanta leading the bloody charge. Where are the big boys? Where are the big boys indeed? But can they get themselves back in the mixer this coming weekend? We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. But of course, let's jump in the deep end and talk about what we're talking about. We're talking about this, guys. It is Serie A in a very, very interesting league. It has been bubbling so far in Italy. So let's get into it deep end and recap the results, of course, from the previous weekend's action prior to the international break. So let's take a look at it. Of course, down the bottom here, Salernitana with a 2-1 loss against Lecce, big win for them. Went with a draw. Meanwhile, Bologna, they lost to Empoli, a big win for them. Also, 2-1 it was for me the other way. My boys lost to Spezia. Goodness gracious me, 2-1 it was. I went the other way. Torino, they lost to Sassuolo, of course, big win for them, of course. Udinese, 3-1 winners at Inter. Wow, we were 4 goals in. I actually called 4 goals, but I did pretty shit, none the same as well. Fiorentina did win over Hellas Verona 2-0, on with a 1-0. Juventus, goodness gracious me, lost to Monza. Absolute shambles there. Lazio with a big 4-0 at Cremonese, on with a 2-0. Roma, they lost to Atalanta, big win for them, of course, big shitter there for Roma. They drop out down to 6 right now. And AC Milan didn't beat Napoli, 2-1 win it was in the end. Wow, what a shit show. I think I only got 1 pick right, maybe 2. Probably, yeah, 2 I think. But anyway, this is what the table looks like. Of course, Napoli leading the charge, 17 points on the board. Atalanta up there now, also back to back, or both 2 sides there yet to taste defeat. Udinese up to 3rd, Lazio up to 4th. Sarri ball, could Sarri ball bring the Scudo or whatever they call it to bloody Roma? Could they actually do it with him? Of course, Milan up there in 5th, Roma 6th into 7th, Juventus in 8th. Going down to Sampdoria, Cremonese, and Monza. They both, all 3 of those need to pull their socks up pretty much on the money. Let's take a look at the Super Brew, not the Scottish one. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Italian one. So let's go to the deep end and of course have a look at it and see. I did pretty shit. I'm guaranteeing I did shite. It's not looking good. Here we go with the round robin or the previous round there. For Barca, Forza Barca, 10 points. Well done to him there. 2 points clear for Wembley, and Hansworth with 7. So well done to those guys. Me, I don't even know where I am. I'm down there with 2.5. An absolute shambles of a pick. Absolute shambles. And a lot of us did shit this week. We could just forget about it. Forget about it, guys. Let's move on to the next weekend's action. So that's, of course, the state of play. This is, of course, the overall leaderboard. And as you can see, Raymond Reddington kicking ass. 80.5 points. Well done to Bukakake up there with 76 points as well. Tayab up 1 spot to number 3. Biggest mover will be Hansworth, up 5 spots, 65 points on the board there. Oh, actually, Forza Barca up 7 points with his tremendous performance there. Me, where am I? I'm 20-something. There I am, down 2. Not great indeed. But of course, we could all change it around this next weekend. Get involved here. Cut the Fortune Italy picks. Get your name in lights. And of course, we'll see who gets on, get a better next round. So those were the state of play there. We are now jumping the deep end with the next round of matches, which will kick off on Saturday, October the 1st. We're going to start with Napoli against Torino, of course. The leaders against Torino, who are doing all right in ninth spot. Played 34 times in 1993. 16 wins for Napoli, 5 wins for Torino, 13 draws, of course. Napoli are winning 5 of the last 6. 92% form for them right now. Looking A-OK. Against Torino side, just 1 win and 4 for them. 42% form for them at the moment. Last round they're over in Napoli was a 1-0 win for Napoli back in October 2021. Napoli pick up 3 wins on the spin against Torino, haven't conceded a goal against them in those last 3. Torino, though, back-to-back games now without a goal for them, losing to Inter, losing to Sassuolo. They've hit the skids at the wrong time. Napoli, though, with the back-to-back wins. In fact, like I said, 5 wins on the spin for them, looking A-OK, having beaten Rangers and AC Milan in the same bloody week. They're looking at the odds right here, right now. We've got Napoli 7-4 on for the victory, 3-1 draw. 9-4 is your way win here. Back in the 2-0 win for the hosts. Napoli with the 3 points, kicking on and moving on. Indeed. Internazionale against Roma, a bit of the game of the day, I would imagine, over in the Giuseppe Meazza. 77 times they played each other since 1993. 32 wins for Inter, 20 wins for Roma, and 25 draws. It's the Mourinho derby, of course. Inter, though, 50% form for them, 1-3 and lost 3. Because the Roma side, 1-3 and lost 3 as well. Both sides committed on a bit of a hit and miss kind of form. Last time around, though, over at the Giuseppe Meazza, was a 3-1 win for Inter back in April 2022. That was, of course, in Serie A. Last time that Roma beaten Inter, has got to go back to February 2017, Roma beating Inter at the Giuseppe Meazza as well, way back when. Of course, the hosts coming at you, Inter losing against Udinese last round. Roma with, of course, losing Atalanta as well. So these two sides on the ropes right now. Need a result. 11-10 on as your Inter, 45 is your away win, 35 is your draw. I'm going for a draw here, point split round in the middle. Not really the response either two sides wanted, but a point in the bag none the same, and moving up the ladder. There we go. Empoli against AC Milan, the champions, of course. Position 24 times in 1997. 3 wins for Empoli, 14 wins for AC Milan, and 7 draws. Of course, Empoli just 1 defeat in the past 6. 50% form for them right now. Up against the AC Milan side, also 1 defeat in the past 6. 67% form for them moving forward as well. Last round over in Empoli, it was a 4-2 win for Milan back in December 2021. Milan, though, pick up a 2-1 win over, 2-1 loss to Napoli. And Empoli with a big 1-0 win over Bologna, of course, prior to the international break. The odds coming at you for this one, though, 5-1 is your Empoli, 20-11 on is your AC Milan, 40-5 is your draw. So the visitors are fancied heavily here. I've gone with a narrow 2-1 win for them over AC Milan, 3 points in the bag, and of course moving potentially into the top 4 with that as well. Lazio up against Spezia, of course, coming at you over at the Olympic Stadium over in Rome. Position 4 times in 2020, 4 wins out of 4 for Lazio. Of course, Spezia though, 33% form for them right now, just 1 win in the last 6 up against the Lazio side. 58% form, winning 3 of the last 4, looking A-OK. Last round though, in Roma was a 6-1 win for Lazio back in August 2021. They've actually scored 10 goals against Spezia over the last 2. They look very, very good at the moment. 4-0 win it was over Cremonese last round. Despite that, prior to that, though, they did get spanked by the Danish outfit. 5-1 match under the Europa League, Europa Conference League, or whatever the heck it is the Europa League, right? Meanwhile, of course, Spezia with a big 2-1 win over Sampdoria to give themselves a big old boost up to 12 for the table. But the odds here, 11-4 on is your Lazio red hot favourites. 50-4 is the draw here, and 7-1 is your away win. I'm backing, of course, the host here. 2-0 win for them, 3 points in the bag, and up the ladder. There you go. Sampdoria up against Monza, of course. Sampdoria in 20th up against Monza into 18th, place of the 4 times. 3 wins out of 4 for Sampdoria, just 1 defeat, one draw between the two sides, and nothing for Monza. 17% form for Sampdoria right now. We look at 3 defeats on the spin up against the Monza side, back-to-back games now without a loss. Coming at you though, last round, as Sampdoria was a 4-2 win for Sampdoria back in June 2001. That was in Serie B. Of course, Spezia. Sorry, not want to say Spezia. Well, Spezia did beat Sampdoria last time around. Of course, Monza been the big one over Juventus, of course. But Sampdoria pick up 3 wins on the spin against Monza, stretching all the way back since the year 2000. The odds right here, right now, though, we've got Sampdoria coming at you 13-10 for 32-1 is your away win, and 23-10 is your draw. Must win for both these two sides at the moment. I think it's a bigger result for Sampdoria. 1 win for them, 3 points in the bag, and up the ladder, and potentially out of the drop zone they may go. Sassuolo up against Salernitana, of course, in the battle of the S's, coming at you at the Matchday Stadium. Places 7 times 2008, 4 wins for Sassuolo, 2 for Salernitana, and 1 draw. Of course, Sassuolo, though, just 1 defeat by 6, 58% form for them right now. Salernitana, 50% form for them, 1 lost 1, and drawn 4 of the last 6. Of course, last time around over in Sassuolo was a 1-win for the hosts back in September 2021. Sassuolo picking up a 1-win over Torino as well, heading into Salernitana with a big 2-1 loss against Lecce. The odds right here, right now, we've got 11-10 on is your host, 5-2 is your, 40-5 is your away win here, boys. I'm back in the host table, 2-1 for Sassuolo, and again, potentially shooting them up to as high as 7th in the table. Kicking them forward is Lecce up against, where are you? Lecce up against Cremonese, of course. Lecce doing all right, 15th spot right now. Up against Cremonese, 19th spot right now. Played 12 times in 1993, 6 wins for the host, 4 wins for the visitors, and 2 draws, of course. Lecce just 1 defeat past 5 for them, 42% form for them right now. Up against Cremonese without winning in the last 6. Last time around over in Lecce, it was a 2-1 win for Lecce back in Serie B back in January 2022. Lecce with a big 2-1 win over Salernitana, of course. Cremonese with a big 4-0 loss against Lazio, of course. The odds right here, right now, we've got Lecce even Stevens for the victory, 23-10 is your draw, 14-5 is your away win here, back in the draw, right down the middle, point split, and I think Lecce would be happier with that, as there's a point away from the drop zone still. Atalanta, of course, into 2nd spot right now, up against Fiorentina, who are in 10th spot. Not the greatest start for them this season either. Played each other quarter minus 49 times, 95, 10 wins for Atalanta, 30 wins for Fiorentina, and 17 draws. Atalanta unbeaten the last 6 games, 83% form for them right now, up against the Fiorentina side, just 1 win in 6, 33% form for them at the moment, heading into this game. Last time around, though, of course, over in Atalanta, it was a 3-2 win for Fiorentina. That was in the Coppa Italia back in February 2022. Last division in the league was also a victory, of course, in Atalanta for Fiorentina. It was a 2-1 win back in September 2021. In fact, Fiorentina also beat them in Fiorentina back in February 2022. So they've 3 wins on the spin against Atalanta, looking A-OK in recent form. However, they come also on the back of a 2-0 win over Verona. Of course, Atalanta with a 1-0 win over Roma last round to go into 2nd spot in the table. 11-10 on is your Atalanta, 12-5 draw, 60-5. Your away win here, back at the host, 2-1 for them. Of course, keeping the heat with Napoli Napoli, and of course the gap will be actually the same. Kicking off forwards, Juventus up against Bologna, coming at you over in the Allianz Stadium, finishing the 48 times, 36 wins for Juventus, 2 wins for Bologna, and 10 draws as well. Juventus over that winning 33% form for them right now. Up against the Bologna side, just 1 win and 6, 42% form for them moving forward as well. Last round though, over in Juventus, it was a 1-1 draw back in April 2022. Juventus unbeaten against Bologna over the last 6, picking up 5 wins and just a draw, which was last round as well. Juventus with the 1-0 loss against Monza, of course. Bologna with the 1-0 loss against Empoli, of course. I think Bologna have the top goal scorer in the division in Snautovic, of course. The odds right here right now, Juventus 2-1 on for the victory, 6-5 is draw, 11-2 is the away win here. 3-1 win for Juventus, because the heat is on Allegri right now. And I think that win will give them a little bit of a breathing space. However, defeat could see the end of the Allegri era. Meanwhile, Verona up against Udinese. I'll wrap up the weekend on Monday, October the 3rd. Played 22 times since 1996. 6 wins for Verona, 8 wins for Udinese, 8 draws. Of course, just 1 win and 6 for Verona right now. 33% form for them right now. Up against the Udinese side, who went 5 in the spin. 92% form for them as they look pretty red hot right now. Last round over in Verona, it was a 4-0 win for Verona back in February 2022. In fact, the away side hasn't won this game since Udinese beat Verona in Verona back in May 2018. So it's been a long time. Of course, coming at you, the odds 2-1 is your Verona, 13-10 is your Udinese, 23-10 is your draw. I'm back in a 1-1 draw here, point split right down the middle. I don't know about the Udinese side yet. I don't know if they're the real deal or they're just going for a bit of a phase. So I'm going with a draw here, point split right down the middle. Let me know about you. Of course, if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. Napoli, Atalanta, Lazio, and Udinese in the top 4. 3 points separate first from 4th. Actually, first from 5th. It is that tight at the moment. But that is my picks. Be sure to get your own picks. Cut4 Italy picks, and I'll see how you guys get on next round. But that is it, guys and girls. Make sure you smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, smash the little bell, and we'll see how you guys get on next weekend. But till then, we're done.